Nothing's gonna ever keep it down. You're the best around. Nothing's gonna ever keep it down. You're the best around. Nothing's gonna ever keep it down.
Morning glory and hallelujah, everybody. It is the morning after with Nick and Big J, and we are here on a Tuesday morning, the 27th day of January 2026. My name is Nick. I present to you humbly radio's Big J.
Hello. Ta-da.
Please,
Whatever.
Big J, your opening remarks.
How's it going?
Oh, it's more of a question.
I mean, I don't usually get open remarks. So
That's why I'm giving you a place.
I don't, wasn't
Let you
prepared.
stretch your legs a little
Yeah.
bit. Get you ready.
Welcome to
Do like
Tuesday.
the equivalent of getting your stretches in before you go on a long run. You know.
Welcome to Tuesday, the week that means nothing because the Super Bowl is still a whole week away.
This week means nothing to
Yeah.
you?
Not a damn thing.
You're not looking forward to the Pro Bowl?
No.
What?
It's so stupid. It's almost like they're just done. Like, this is the version of we're done with the Pro Bowl.
Yeah, I mean, we've been saying that for a couple
Nobody
years.
wants to go to it.
Nobody
like, all
is
the
going to.
players, I mean, Shedeur Sanders.
7 touchdowns, 10
who
interceptions.
played like 3 games, questionably, is going to the Pro Bowl because nobody else wants to go.
That is correct. It has become a more of a pain in the ass than anything else. I mean, I think, the funny thing was the NFL was like, nobody is coming to this Pro Bowl in Hawaii. Maybe we should move it to where people are. And it turns out the only thing that brought players to the Pro Bowl was they wanted a week in Hawaii.
They wanted to go to Hawaii.
And since they moved it, nobody wants to come to anything.
Yeah.
At all.
And therefore, none of us want to see anything that it has to do with it.
I hadn't for a while, but yes, everybody else is kind of caught up. Because, now it's a flag football game, and it's like, that's fine, I suppose. I understand nobody wants to get hurt, but, also nobody wants to watch that. And the skills competition can be cool, but again, nobody of note is there.
Yeah.
And so watching, players that you barely care about doing these things also make you barely care.
It's one of the weirdest things ever. One of the biggest things in the world, the NFL, can't get that right.
And I would say, at best, they have to be breaking even. You know what I mean? This can't, maybe it's a moneymaker, which is why they still do it, but it can't be the kind of thing where it's like, we have to continue to do this. There has to be some cost against it that goes, we are getting enough people in and enough ratings of people that make it somewhat because we can sell it to networks and stuff. But why would you continue doing it?
I don't
It's
know.
gotta
They're
cost
also
money.
making like 13, 14 billion a year. They can lose some money.
I guess, but why would you want to
Do
die on that
something.
hill?
I don't know.
It's so weird.
Let it go.
Yeah. And nobody will miss it, I promise. Just put the Pro Bowlers in the paper. This is who are your Pro Bowlers this year. And everybody go, that's cool. All right.
Yep.
Anyway, when's the Super Bowl?
Next week.
Oh.
Woo.
So get ready for the Super Bowl pregame that we're doing on the air. That includes Streaming Dumbass. We're going to need your votes for Big J today on what movie he's going to watch tonight. I'd like to keep that winning streak alive in movies that he's enjoyed so far for the year, so we'll see if we can do that. We have tickets to the PBR that we are going to give away over the course of the show today. That's going to happen. And we're going to play some music, too. Let's kick things off with some Tool. It's the X-Rocks. Important Stuff is brought to you by Beacon Plumbing. And Big J, if we're being honest and we just have a brief moment of self-reflection, we both have to admit it's probably time to quit freaking, right?
Yeah. Stop it. Knock
I mean,
it off.
Put those things behind us.
No
and
reason
if you
to.
want to do that, you should call Beacon 208-516-2061. You can visit them online as well at beaconplumbing.com. Talked to you last week about how some of the overnight traffic patterns are changing on I-84 right around Garrity and 10 Mile over the course of the next several months. Well, traffic around downtown Boise is scheduled to change for the next several weeks as a construction project kicks into high gear as well. IDT posted on social media about its plans to close some lanes of Myrtle Street in Boise. The 3 north lanes, or left lanes if you're driving on the road, will be closed overnight from 7 o'clock at night until 5 o'clock in the morning, Sunday through Thursday. The nightly closures will persist for about a month, and they kicked off basically yesterday. The closure is in place due to construction work on the Jack's Urban Meeting Place building. Jump is installing a cover over its iconic slide, and so they need a little bit of space to make that happen. So they want to make sure that you plan ahead and plan for some extra travel time, because this isn't like the normal overnight stuff where it's 11 o'clock at night until 5 in the morning. 7 o'clock at night can impact some commute home still in a lot of places, especially on Myrtle Street. So something to keep in mind. It's going to take you a little bit more time to navigate downtown Boise over the course of the next couple weeks, just because they got some construction going on, Big J.
Yeah.
So something to be aware of if you are in your vehicle around that time and in that area. Big J, the Indianapolis 500 was once one of the biggest races in the world, let alone the country. But it's kind of lost some popularity, so they're going to bring back some interesting things. They're bringing back the hot dog, Big J, the Weenie 500. It will be staged on the Indianapolis Motor Speedway on May 22nd to kick off the racing weekend. And it's going to pit Oscar Mayer's 6 Wienermobiles in a race around the track that will be aired live on Fox. Now, they did it a couple years ago and then stopped, but now they're bringing it back because people like to have fun, and why the hell not, right?
Yeah.
And so if you are looking for fun, they will replace the Oscar Mayer Wiener theme song in place of the national anthem before the event. Fans were asked to place their hands over their stomachs instead of their hearts when they do that song. And so they're going to have a little bit of fun, and they're going to see if it kind of can lead some attention into Indianapolis 500 weekend to see if people care. Will you tune into the Weenie 500, Big J?
No. Not going to get me there.
Man. Even with our history with the Oscar Mayer Wienermobile?
Bring back the Andretti's.
What if they were the ones racing the
and Al
Wienermobile?
Unser Jr. I'll be there.
Okay. So you need the greats for you to... You need a real nostalgia bump for you to come back to the Indy 500.
Yeah, I mean, I used to love watching IndyCar, dude.
What happened? Did you just interest erode, or?
I think I think I got busy doing other stuff and got away from it. And then you try to go back. And I'm like, this doesn't feel the same. You don't know who any of the drivers are. So I just was like, I'm out.
You put away childish things. That was for your kid and you. Not into it anymore.
I've grown.
Big J,
I'm an adult now.
Like it or not, The Handmaid's Tale was a huge hit for Hulu. All of the seasons it was on, it was one of the highest rated programs on the streaming network, so it's probably no surprise that they have a sequel to the series called The Testaments. Hulu will debut that series on April 8th. The first 3 installments will premiere that day, followed by weekly releases. Of course, it's got other than the story itself, there's no connection to the cast of The Handmaid's Tale, so maybe that'll make you a little bit more open to it. But it is based on a Margaret Atwood novel, just like The Handmaid's Tale was. But of course, this one is led by Chase Infinity, Big J. You're familiar with her game, right?
No.
What do you mean? She was in One Battle After Another.
Oh, yeah.
And
good runner.
Lucy Halliday is also in this series. It follows the story of a couple of teens as they are facing life inside Gilead. And so that's going to be the kind of continuation of this story. And we will see if people draw themselves to it, but Hulu is leaning hard into the Handmaid's Tale verse, if you will. Morning After with Nick and Big J. There's your first round of important stuff. Gonna need your help with some streaming dumbass. That's next on the X Rocks.
To the old, we're digging deep into the depths of Netflix. It's Streaming Dumbass on the Morning After with Nick and Big J.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen of the Treasure Valley, to Streaming Dumbass. We need your help. Big J would like to watch a movie tonight. Unfortunately, the ability to pick out a movie has been stripped from him and handed to you in one of the most egregious transfers of power to ever take place. But it is important that you take part in the following segment, because if we don't have a movie Big J watches tonight, dangerous things could happen. So the future of the country depends on you and your ability to text us in for which movie you want Big J to watch. Going to give you 3 choices. All you need to do is text in movie number 1, movie number 2, or movie number 3 to 208-287-1003. The rub is you're not going to get the title nor the stars of the movie. Not yet, anyway. You're just going to get the plot description given to us by the streaming platform on which you can find the film. So there's not a lot of details about it, but you're going to have to pay attention to the plot and decide based on that which one you want Big J to watch. We will tabulate the votes and then give you the names of all the movies, but first you need to vote. And the more people that vote, the less likely there's a tie, because if there's a tie, then I pick the movie, and that's not nearly as fun, you know what I mean?
No.
So, we need your assistance. Text on in and be a part of the fun. Are you ready, Big J?
I'm ready.
Movie number 1. On the cusp of global superstardom, a musician struggles to reconcile the pressures of success with the ghosts of his past as he tries to turn a corner in his career, but is met with challenges he and his manager never saw coming along the way. Movie number 2. Interesting things can happen when you develop an obsession with greatness like Mark had. On one hand, you can become a legend, but much more likely, it'll cost him everything. Can he battle through it all? Question mark. And movie number 3, after missing out on a long-awaited highlight of why he joined, an outgoing cult member teams up with a friend to gain a new type of following and try to reap the rewards, but it doesn't quite go as planned. Those are your 3 choices.
Damn.
Text in movie number 1, movie number 2, or movie number 3. Movie number 1, fame ain't easy. Movie number 2, being the best ain't easy. And movie number 3, being in charge ain't easy. Those are your 3 choices. Which one do you want Big J to watch? We will tabulate the votes on the X's text line, and we will release the titles of all 3 movies, including the movie that you have collectively picked for Big J. That's going to happen next on the X Rocks.
Here's traffic.
That is Nirvana. That is Heart-Shaped Box on the morning after with Nick and Big J. Big J, had the votes been added up on the X's text line?
They have been tabulated, sir.
Do we have a winning film?
Yeah, we do.
Wonderful. Let's go in reverse order and let's break down all the movies that you had up for grabs today at your proposals. What movie came in last at the least amount of votes?
Movie number 2.
Movie number 2 was a biopic, Big J, starring The Rock, Dwayne The Rock Johnson, and Emily Blunt.
The Smashing Machine.
The movie is called The Smashing Machine. It is available to stream now on HBO Max. Sounds like if you want to watch that, you'll have to do so on your own damn time.
Yep.
What movie came in second place?
Movie number 1.
A biopic itself, Big J.
Damn.
This one starring Jeremy Allen White and Jeremy Strong. Any guessing what that is?
Yeah, is that the Bruce Springsteen?
Yeah, Springsteen, Deliver Us from Nowhere. Now streaming on Hulu. Once again, you'll have to watch that on your own time if you want to watch it. Sounds like you're watching movie number 3.
I'm watching movie number 3, Nick.
Big J, you will be watching a movie called Let's Start a Cult. It stars Stravos Halkias, of course, a stand-up comic, and CM Punk, a wrestler, Big J.
God.
And it is available for you to stream on Hulu. It is a comedy, and so it is, I guess the Smashing Machine has some elements of comedy, but I would call the other 2 a little bit more drama-based. So it looks like you might have some fun today, but it all depends on
3 hours long.
you feel. 3.5. You must be watching the Undirector's Cut. You'll be watching that on Hulu and reporting back right around this time tomorrow if it's a movie that you enjoyed or not. So if you want to play the home game, the movie is called Let's Start a Cult. It is available for you to watch on Hulu. We wish you all the best of luck. Morning After with Nick and Big J on the way. Some We're Going to Hell action and important stuff. It's next on the X Rocks.
Important stuff.
What's going on in the news today?
The Morning After with Nick and Big J.
Important stuff brought to you by the PBR, returning this weekend to the Ford Idaho Center Arena. Another weekend of nonstop action. The top bull riders in the sport ready to descend on Nampa, battling it out for some points in the Pendleton Whiskey Velocity Tour. You can grab your tickets right now at ictickets.com, or you can continue listening to this very radio show, as we will be giving you tickets to win a couple of times over today to go check out the PBR this weekend at the Ford Idaho Center. Big J, a new survey of dog owners reveals they have extraordinary connections between people and their pups. 97% of dog owners continue to consider their dogs full-on family members, and 87% of dog owners say, listen, they're just straight up my best friend. Period. Now, when you factor in cat owners, you got about 86% considering cat owners full family members, and only 22% calling cats their best friend. Is it just because we call dogs man's best friend that we just feel that connection is automatic kind of a
Yeah,
thing?
I think so.
It's like
But, I mean, it's, dogs and cats' personalities are drastically different.
very true.
And I think the dog one lends you to, they are your best friend. Cats can take or leave you half the time. There's, love there, but at the same time, they don't need to be around you constantly like a dog. You're
Independent.
usually like one in the same. I'm like, you're that dog's best friend.
Yeah.
Period. Dot the end. And hopefully you see it that way as well. But they are relying on you wholeheartedly for everything.
76% of dog owners say they talk and have conversations with their dog almost all the time. And 62% say they use a special dog voice when talking to them. Would you do that with your pup?
Oh,
Yeah.
absolutely.
What
yeah.
was the dog voice?
It's just you lower your, the
You
tone.
lower it. You don't go higher, huh?
No, I don't.
Give me an example.
I mean, you just lower your speaking voice, not necessarily the tone and pitch.
Got it. You didn't put on a different tone of
Yeah.
voice for the
Yeah.
dog. You would just go,
Just talk
hi,
softer.
Lincoln. How are you?
Yeah, or audio. Hi, audio.
Nearly half
Cutie.
share their bed nightly with their pet. 54% have eaten from the same plate as their dog.
What?
And,
No, that's not true.
other devoted behaviors include throwing birthday parties for pets. Big J, you ever been a part of that?
Not full-on birthday parties.
You've been to a dog birthday party, haven't you?
I think so. Yeah.
They've created dedicated social media accounts. Big J, ever been a part of that?
There is a I guess a family pet Instagram, but we don't use it anymore. So there was a time when that was a thing.
You ever dress the dogs up in outfits?
Yep.
All right. You ever made anything homemade from them on the stove?
Oh yeah, all the time. Dog treats.
There you go.
Everything. Yeah.
29% say that their entire life centers around their dog. So they're very dedicated. There's a weird connection that we have with our pups that we don't have with any other pet, but that's a good thing,
Yeah.
I would argue.
I agree.
It's nice to have that kind of connection with the dog. It's good. Enjoy it. Big J, the possibility of Phillip Rivers being the next coach of the Buffalo Bills did not last long. He yesterday decided to pull out of the running for the gig. He's not currently interested in coaching an NFL team. He has decided instead he's going to go back to coaching his kid at St. Michael's Catholic High School in Fairhope, Alabama.
He's got his insurance now. He can say there's more than that. I wanted to be a coach for a minute. I need that insurance.
Maybe one day he'll do it. Maybe when his kids are a little bit older. But right now, he does not want to be an NFL head coach. So he will not be the next head coach of the Buffalo Bills. So sorry, Bills fans, if that's what you were looking forward to. Big J, Sydney Sweeney might be in some serious trouble. She has
all right. She'll find a way to get out of it.
She has drawn backlash after climbing the iconic Hollywood sign and hanging a bunch of bras from it as part of a promotional stunt for her upcoming lingerie line. Now, footage obtained shows the Euphoria star and a crew scaling the landmark at night and stringing bras alongside the towering letters. While Sweeney secured a permit to film near the site, the Hollywood Chamber of Commerce says she did not have permission to climb on or alter the sign itself. That is a requirement for any commercial use. There was no permission granted to do this. So now they're thinking about charging her with criminal trespassing and vandalism charges. But my guess is you're right, Big J.
I can't wait to see the courtroom pics.
Somehow they I imagine these charges will be dismissed and she won't have to face any serious.
Well, I mean,
problems for it.
they probably didn't realize. I think it's probably just a miscommunication.
Well, listen,
I don't think they were trying to get away with anything.
I doubt that highly. Here's what I think. I obviously think that this was something that she thought she was filming something for, and it was a decision out of her hands, and she was just going along with it. Yeah, I guarantee you this was not her idea.
Yeah.
I guarantee you it wasn't like, let's
And if
do
she did,
this.
she just assumed everything was on the up and up. Like
Right.
normally, she's an actress, and she also,
Somebody said, we got a permit to film here. Wouldn't it be a good idea if you got up there and started hanging bras from the sign and we'll film it for whatever social media campaign we're going to do? And she's like, oh, okay, let's go.
yeah.
So I highly doubt it was her that was involved in the decision-making process. Not that she can't make decisions. I just think that usually that's left up to a marketing team, and you are just there to do your job. Morning After with Nick and Big J. There's your important stuff. We're going to go to hell, and we're going to go to Florida, and it's going to happen next on the X Rocks.
Up. Oh man, we're going to hell.
Oh, you know they're both going to hell, right?
The Morning After with Nick and Big J on 100.3 The X Rocks.
Brevard County, Florida is where we're going for today's We're Going to Hell story.
Back to Florida, baby.
And today's story kind of revolves around a DUI, Big J.
That's not good.
No, you should not drink and drive. We tell you this all the time. Lots of different options out there for you. It's something that you need to make sure you're cognizant of and you make wise decisions so that you're not behind the wheel of a vehicle when you are inebriated. It's as easy as that. But Big J, man, we've had DUIs for years and years and years. What makes this DUI stick out for a We're Going to Hell story, right?
Right. What is it, man?
Well, it starts around Patrick Rinaldi. Patrick Rinaldi, Big J, is driving a vehicle And he's going like really fast, and he's kind of swerving in and out of lanes. And so there's not one, not two, but three different actual people on the road call in to the police to report, we think we have a drunk driver on the road. So you know he's inebriated, right?
Yeah.
But they also note, like, listen, there is a ton of smoke coming out of this vehicle. Like a ton of smoke. And they're like, okay, so it's a huge smoky vehicle, swerving lanes, in and out of traffic, and going at very fast speeds. And they're like, yes. So police show up to the scene, Big J. And as they approach the vehicle, they realize that no longer is this vehicle smoking.
It's on fire!
It's going 65 miles an hour, completely engulfed in flame. Like, I mean engulfed. It's not like there's a little fire under the hood. Like, it is
It's like Ghost Rider.
Fire.
But he's Ghost Truck Driver.
He is on fire. And so, police are trying to get him to pull over. He finally does. His wife was also in the burning car. She barely escaped out of the vehicle without injuries. Deputies noted that there was a strong alcohol odor coming from Patrick. He definitely had bloodshot eyes, and he was slurring his speech when they questioned him. Now, when he asked if he had any beverages, he said he only had one beer, a few small beers. But they did find a liquor bottle opened up in the backseat, also engulfed in flames. They think maybe that's what made the vehicle in the backseat kind of go into flames that quickly. He did refuse to submit to a DUI, but he was charged and refusal to submit to testing before taken to jail. And then that's not all, Big J. Once they finally got this whole situation under control, guess what happens next?
Yeah, what could happen now?
The vehicle's on fire, dude. It started a brush fire in the area as well. So then they had to call fire department onto the scene to put out this essential brush fire that the vehicle had started because it was completely engulfed in flames. And they finally were able to put it out about an hour and 22 minutes later. It didn't cause any significant damage, but it burned a couple of hundreds of feet in and around the area. And so there was also that on top of everything else. They don't know exactly what happened that caused the vehicle to initially start on fire, but obviously another thing to note, not only should you not be behind the wheel of a vehicle when you are inebriated, if your car has flames coming out of it in any way where it's not supposed to come out, you should probably pull over and figure out what's happening. Don't try to drive your car engulfed in flames anywhere.
Yeah, you're not going to go fast enough to put those flames out.
It probably won't end well for you. You do not want to be caught in a driving barbecue down the road and trying to figure out, I don't understand why my vehicle's on fire. God, it's everywhere at this point.
When's it going to go out?
I mean, it's got to go out at some point. I'm like a mile and a half away from where I need to go. I should be able to get there, right? No. Abort your plans. Pull over to the side of the road. Get out of the burning vehicle, please. And especially if you have passengers, get them out of the car.
Yeah, your wife. You're supposed to protect her.
What is happening here, guys? So yes, there's a lot of mistakes that were made in this particular We're Going to Hell story. Alcohol, flames, not pulling over, brush fire. All of it. So please be extra careful and don't get behind the wheel if you are drinking. Morning after with Nick and Big J. There's your We're Going to Hell story. Coming up, we're going to talk about some of the lowlights of our life, Big J. Hope you're ready.
No.
Start listing them alphabetically. That's next on the X-Rocks. Metallica, that is Fuel, here on the Morning After with Nick and Big J. And like it or not, dude, there's not a single one of us that is alive and breathing on this planet that's batting 1,000. You understand what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
At some point, we have something in our past or lots of things in our past that haven't exactly worked out the way we wanted them to. Something has happened to make them, I guess, fail. And so in certain situations, not every situation, but in certain situations, Big J, that can lead to some mental health issues, some trauma, some depression, some whatever the case may be.
Stuff you probably don't even know.
No. I mean, yeah, it's doing damage inside of you and eating you alive and you're not even aware of it. And so there's lots of things that you can do to work through things like that. Therapy is one way, Big J. Finding a way to cope or finding a mechanism that helps you through those things is another. Enter Big J, Ivan Collins. Ivan Collins lives in Vancouver, Canada. And he recently went through a failed relationship. What a loser, right? And
Yeah.
so because he was having issues dealing with that relationship falling apart, he was like, man, I gotta figure out a way to process this. And maybe if I find out that other people have gone through that as well, it may help me realize that I'm not the only one that has failed in a relationship, right?
Yeah.
Enter in Vancouver, Canada, something that Ivan is calling the Museum of Personal Failure. He has rented himself a store inside the mall, and he basically put up a bunch of flyers around Vancouver that basically stated, failures wanted. And a bunch of people flooded him with all sorts of stuff, and it has become a stop for people to process some of their failures by witnessing other people failing as well and realizing, listen, this is not something that I'm alone in. Other people have stumbled along the way. Other people have had things happen through fault of their own and no fault of their own that cause things to fall apart, and it has become therapeutic for a ton of different people. One of the exhibits is called The Walls of Reject, and that is covered in job application rejections and emails and firing notices that have been submitted by visitors for different reasons of losing a job, one or another. Colin's own mother contributed her wedding dress because that marriage didn't go all that great. Another display kind of features photos from failed relationships. And then they have a whole bunch of audio submissions of failed songs from local musicians and producers of things where they're like, this is a song I thought was going to take me to the next level. Ain't nobody out there that cared. And so it's considered a failure.
Yeah.
Each item in there comes with a written explanation from its contributor so that they know it was volunteered and not taken, or they're not trying to shame anybody. This is something owning up to their failure. And others that have contributed have said this also has helped them process this failure as well, knowing other people are getting some sort of enjoyment, or at least kind of walking along the path and going, hey man, that's something that happened to me too. So the Museum of Personal Failure right now is open through the second week in February in Vancouver, but the submissions keep pouring in. They may keep this up as a kind of permanent thing that people can go visit and maybe improve their mental health. And isn't that nice, Big J?
Yeah. Good job, dude.
I mean, it takes a lot of guts, I think, to put your personal failures on display. A lot of us want to bury those in the backyard and not think about it. But sometimes it's the only thing that can help us process that kind of trauma, especially if it was a catastrophic failure.
Right.
You know, be it a relationship, a marriage, a job that you loved, a job that you thought you were going to get, something that you thought was going to help you take that next step and it didn't, or a ball that you just dropped along the way. Sometimes letting that thing truly be in the past is to talk about it, put it up for kind of like discussion and process it, and then you can finally let it kind of go in the past. And you can laugh about it, when right now you kind of laugh about it because if you don't laugh, you'll cry.
Yeah.
Now, it's not for everybody, of course. Not everybody wants to go look at that idiot. He got divorced. What a moron. He can't stay married. But and I don't think necessarily this particular museum is for that poking fun of kind of thing.
So you're
you know
saying
what I
this
mean?
museum isn't for losers? Like,
what I'm saying.
just a bunch of losers
Yes.
who couldn't win, who don't know how to win,
Right.
need to go and drown their sorrows and share their loser stories together.
Yes. That is what I'm saying. It's not
It's
that.
a positive thing, not that.
Yes, it's like whatever you think about it, the opposite of that is exactly what that's supposed to be. Not to say there's not going to be people walking in and saying things like that. You can't control what other people think. But I believe this museum is supposed to be a place of good and not necessarily a place of let's go to the Museum of Personal Failure and just make fun of a bunch of people that stumbled along the way.
Son, come with me. I'm going to show you a bunch of losers.
Yeah.
Don't be like them.
You think you're having a bad day? Let's take a walk.
Yeah. You know what?
Look at this.
I'll give you something to cry about. Let's go look at this Loserville.
Yeah. I don't think that's how it's supposed to be.
All right.
So maybe Big J could help you with some personal trauma. Who knows?
I guess.
And it's a bunch of Canadians who are famously nice, Big J, that are going
Oh, it's
through
in
that.
Canada?
Yeah, well, it's in
Oh.
Vancouver. So yeah,
Only a Canadian can come up with such a thing.
right. And trying to help other people. Meanwhile, over here, we're like, leave us the hell alone. We'll figure it out on our own and just stay in our room in the dark and
Yeah,
play
we're
video
going to
games.
continue to re-traumatize ourselves. Get out of here,
Go
Canada.
on, get. Morning After with Nick and Big J. Coming up in a few short minutes, some important stuff and your pop culture smackdown. It's next on the X Rocks. Important stuff brought to you by Team Mazda and the pre-owned superstore. Getting financed at Team Mazda easier than ever thanks to GoTeamCredit.com. Everybody gets pre-approved, not a single effect on your credit. So why don't you try it? Log on to GoTeamCredit.com today. Big J, I'm begging you, please stop drinking so much. Because
Drinking what? Anything in particular?
Alcohol.
Oh, okay.
Too much. And there is a new study that found that heavy lifetime alcohol consumption increases colorectal cancer by up to 91%, Big J.
That's a high percentage, man.
Compared to those that are light drinkers. Researchers followed almost 100,000 adults for nearly a decade and discovered that those that drink more than 14 drinks a week had just a straight up 25% higher cancer risk. But rectal cancer is up 91%. The highest risk came among those who drank heavily throughout all life stages. Prolonged drinking exposes the colon to damage and impaired repair mechanisms that cause cancer. However, the study found encouraging news for those who quit drinking, showing significantly lower odds of developing basically polyps that become cancerous over time compared to light drinking. Now, those become basically problems as cancers arise, especially in younger people. Experts recommend screening stages starting at 45. Earlier evaluations if you are drinking heavily in your younger years and you experience certain symptoms, but just something that seems like fair. Not that it's easy, because alcohol addiction can be a real problem, but if it's something that you can turn around or you're not too deep into, you can increase your chance of at least not getting one of the cancers that are out there. Not that there's not a bunch more coming for you, Big J, every time you turn around.
Yeah, no kidding.
But that is something that, 91% is a really high number.
Yeah.
And it's like, I don't know if they're like doing Jack Daniels enemas or what's going on, but you just got to be careful. And if there's ways that you can do that, I recommend doing it, Big J. Agree or disagree?
Yeah, you should prevent your own death if you can.
Thanks, buddy. The New England Patriots and the Seattle Seahawks match up in Super Bowl 60. It's not only a rematch from Super Bowl 49 just 11 years ago, it's also the most unlikely game when going by the odds. It's the first to feature two teams that entered into the season with 60-1 or worse odds to win it all.
Yeah, nobody had these teams even having a shot at the beginning of the year.
Their combined 4,800-1 odds for this matchup tops the 4,500-1 odds for the Rams-Titans Super Bowl back in 2000. So this is the most odds-on crazy kind of Super Bowl matchup that we've seen in modern history, which is crazy when you think about it. But yeah, you're right. Listen, Patriots are coming off of a bad season with a brand new head coach, and they're like, maybe you see some improvement, but are they going to get that far? Seahawks had decided to move on from Geno Smith, bringing in Sam Darnold. Lots of people were like, that's a really stupid move. And it all ended up working out okay.
Second year of a new coach.
Yeah.
So,
so we will see how it goes in the Super Bowl. I'm not going to ask for your opinion yet, Big J. We're going to wait until next week for that.
It's great.
Well, we'll get your pick.
I need to ruminate on it.
I'm sure you do. Big J, how does it feel knowing that Tom Cruise is back here as a United States citizen? Doesn't it feel nice?
Yeah. Welcome home.
He had spent the last several years living in the United Kingdom. The actor had been residing in London's Knightsbridge district, which is very, very fancy, Big J. But apparently movers were seen taking items from the property, and that surprised building staff. No reason for the move back to the United States has been shared, but apparently he's coming back. Maybe he's not. I don't know what. They barely knew he moved out. I'm not sure why they know where he's moving to.
Does it really matter?
No. No.
Gives a damn.
But people love Tom Cruise.
He spent so much time in London because they were filming all the Mission Impossible stuff there for years. And so it's one of the reasons why he was living there. And
easier for him to get into space here in the United States,
Well,
too.
that's not happening.
So that's probably why he's coming back.
No, that's canceled.
Morning After with Nick and Big J. Coming up in a few minutes, we got your Pop Culture Smackdown. That's next on the X Rocks.
Culture Smackdown. On the Morning After with Nick and Big J.
Yeah, this is the time, baby. We got a nice Morning After prize package to get you ready for your week here. And the PBR is coming this weekend out at the Ford Idaho Center Arena. We're going to get you tickets to that. It's a lot of fun. You're going to enjoy yourself. And then the week after that is the Super Bowl. And so you might be having a big game party. Maybe you're planning on coming to ours. It doesn't matter. We're going to hook you up with a bunch of Porta subs. A medium meal combo for two. So that'll cover for two people, 2 medium subs, 2 medium drinks, 2 bags of chips, etc. We'll get you qualified with that. But you're in the running for a big game party platter from Porta Subs. So you just got to beat me in Pop Culture Smackdown to get your hands on all the goodies.
Oh, you think you can? Then get on the phone and prove it. 208-287-1003. You have to know a little bit about some popular culture and hope and pray that Big J stumbles along the way while you're on the other end. And if he does, then you claim this prize and we say to you, congratulations.
You got to pray.
Are you ready, Big J?
Just to make it today.
Hello, the X.
Hey, what's up?
Hey, man, what's up? What's your name?
Jimmy.
Jimmy, what legendary actor played the role of Alfred in Christopher Nolan's Batman trilogy?
Oh.
Oh, no.
I got nothing. I don't know.
Ooh.
He doesn't know his Batman. Not everybody does.
I know it.
Hello, the X.
Hello?
Hi. What legendary actor played the role of Alfred, Batman's butler, in Christopher Nolan's Batman trilogy?
Christian Bale?
Nope. He played the titular Batman, but he did not play his own butler, unfortunately. Big J says he knows this one. Hello, the X.
My favorite memes.
Hey, what legendary actor played the role of Alfred, that is Batman's butler, in Christopher Nolan's Batman trilogy?
I have no idea.
Oh,
What?
no.
Man's a legend.
Two-time Oscar winner, I believe. Hello, the X. At least one. For Cider House Rules. Hello, the X.
Hey, good morning.
Hey, what legendary actor played the role of Alfred, Batman's butler, in the Christopher Nolan Batman trilogy?
Sir Michael Caine?
Oh, good job. Right. You even put the sir in front of him. He's a damn knight. What's
British
your name, man?
government name.
I'm Adam.
Adam, you're taking on Big J. Big J, what? Listen, I guess it depends on how famous you think this person is. I would call him a superstar. I believe he is a household name. But what future superstar made his first on-screen appearance as Billy Crystal's son Danny in the movie City Slicker?
Oh, man. Superstar, huh?
I mean,
I can picture this kid.
star. I'll call him a star.
And let's go Timothy Chalamet.
Young.
Hey, why are you laughing? Son of a...
Adam, you win. Do you happen to know?
I want to say it's the kid from The Big Bang Theory, and I can't remember his name, but I think that's wrong.
It's not thinking. No, don't fight. Adam, hang on 1 second. We'll hook you up with those PBR tickets. No, it's not. I don't know if you're going for Jonathan Galicki or not, but the answer is Big J, Jake Gyllenhaal.
Jake Gyllenhaal. I mean, okay, I was
Little
on the right
Jake
side of weird. Like,
Gyllenhaal.
somebody... That's a great question.
Yeah, he's
dude.
got about a
That's
decade
great
on
one, man.
Timothy Chalamet, though.
I understand, but
Very recognizable as a little teeny tiny Jake Gyllenhaal in that movie, for sure. Didn't know that's who he grew up to be, but look
right.
at him now.
Yeah.
All buff and stuff. Morning After with Nick and Big J. There's your pop culture smackdown. We'll do a run of headlines. They're going to happen next on the X Rocks.
You are now a better person for knowing this. It's Headlines on the Morning After with Nick and Big J.
Headlines are as follows, Big J. I knew it. Real mature and donuts for dates.
real mature.
California father says his family received a bunch of death threats after videos of his 4-year-old daughter's NFL playoff predictions went viral. Anthony Donatelli of Riverside told People magazine that his daughter Reese started making some football pics in the house. He thought it was cute, so he shared the video on social media. He's done so for a couple years as some lighthearted kind of bonding tradition with his daughter and her father over sports, right?
Yeah.
So the child would select teams based on whimsical reasons, like she liked the colors or she loves cheese, so she would pick the Packers a lot. But during this year's playoffs, people got really upset over her predictions and flooded the post with a bunch of hateful messages.
That's messed up.
Some claimed that the dad owed them money because her picks were wrong. Rapper Cardi B criticized her because she didn't pick the Patriots before later apologizing.
Because she didn't know it was a kid.
I don't know what.
I mean, that's the only way. That's the only way you do this is you don't realize what's going on here with the actual pic. Who's making it?
Some people actually sent the kid death threats as part of this as well. So now he has said, listen, this has no longer become fun, but wants to kind of tell his story as a kind of like cautionary tale for other parents that are thinking about maybe doing something cute with their kids. God forbid somebody actually pays attention to it. It can be incredibly traumatic for your entire family, and maybe not do that is the way to go for it.
I mean, it sucks, man.
We can't have nice things.
You can't, I mean, it's like a really cool story. Everything's going nice. And then people on the internet. And it's like, God, just leave this kid alone. And what do you do? Share with the kid? Oh, well, you made some good pics, but people are upset and they want to kill you.
Right.
You can't tell your kid that.
Well, until we stop like signal boosting really smart ass comments in the comment section, none of this will stop, right?
Yeah.
People want that clout of like, what if I own this 4-year-old really funnily,
dude,
and everybody likes my comment.
Social media is a disease. It's a goddamn disease, And it's like sometimes there's really every now and then I'll see something like this is exactly what this stuff was meant for. It's funny, it's fun, it's lighthearted. That's what this is for, but those examples are so far and few between of the actual bad of what people say and do on social media it's ridiculous.
Right. Because negativity breeds likes, and people like you and you smartass and funny, and so you try to be that guy in the comments or that lady in the comments, hoping that your comment's the one that gets set on fire and draws a little bit more attention. In the meantime, you have other people that are just giving straight up death threats to a 4-year-old. Like, what are we doing?
Here's a valid question. What's the incentive, I wonder, of being that comment and getting, let's say, all of the attention?
Profile views, dude. That's why people do it. You want to be the person that maybe gets a click and an extra follow on it, and maybe that's how close you are to going viral yourself. I mean, that's what we're all
comments
chasing.
Don't usually go viral. It's usually a post about something.
No,
so,
dude, look at pick a TikTok video that's gone viral. Click the comment section and see how many thousands of likes a comment get. That's what they look for.
I never want to do that.
That's what they're looking for, and that's
But
why they do that
get
stuff.
you anything in the end.
I get it, but they like the attention. The notifications that blow up your phone, other people like the smartass comment that you made. That's currency today in 2026. That's what we live for. Yeah. Welcome to the world, buddy. I knew it, or donuts for dates.
Donuts for dates.
A first in Inglewood, Florida took a bad turn. A first date in Inglewood, Florida took a bad turn last week when a guy took his date out for donuts and ended up in jail. Deputies say 28-year-old Landon Morris was taken into custody after witnesses reported a gray Corvette doing donuts in the parking lot of the Kingdom Hall of Jehovah's Witnesses. Callers described the car tearing across the parking lot at high speed, kicking up some blue smoke and leaving deep tire marks behind. At one point, the smoke was so heavy the Corvette disappeared from view. When deputies arrived, Morris reportedly told them he had driven all the way from Orlando to meet a woman for their first date. Kind of wanted to impress her, so he thought he'd do some donuts in the parking lot, right?
Yeah.
But unfortunately, he was arrested because he was charged with racing, Big J, which is illegal apparently in Inglewood, Florida. You can't. Donuts are not legal. You cannot do that. They are not happy about it.
I thought it was just like donuts.
Like food donuts?
Yeah.
I get it.
I made the Homer Simpson sound and everything.
That would have been a cooler first date, I think. A lot less, likelihood you end up in jail because of it. But
you like sprinkles on your donuts, or what's up, lady?
Not those kind of donuts.
Oh.
Wrap it up with I knew it. Big J, key fobs are everywhere, right?
Yeah, I was just telling you about a key fob situation.
You were. You've got one. And a man and a woman cracked the code, Big J. They have they had figured out a particular model of truck. A key fob works for pretty much everyone. And so they have spent the last year jumping from visiting car dealerships to different dealerships in New York, Connecticut, and New Jersey, posing as customers interested in these pickup trucks, and then found that their key fob worked on them and double-checked it when they would go on like test drives and stuff, and then they would come back later and steal the vehicle. Over the last year, they took at least 20 vehicles
brand new
worth
ones.
more than $2.4 million that they stole and targeted over the year.
It's a pretty good scam.
I can tell you the name of the make and car if you want me to, or should I keep that out? Because apparently they have to fix this, and some may not have it fixed yet. So you
let
gotta
everybody know you're in danger.
GMC Sierra Denali trucks. They're valued. I mean, they're not cheap.
Dude.
They're $177,000 when they're brand new. So these are fancy luxury vehicles.
That's freaking ridiculous.
Right. And so
don't blame them for
they
stealing them.
figured out the key fob works in all of them, and then just started jacking them from different dealerships across the East Coast. And it took about a year to catch up with them. And then they finally did, and of course they sold the cars and all this kind of stuff. But at the end of the day, $2.4 million worth of vehicles.
Yeah, right to Netflix. This should be a Netflix movie.
You figure that out. Also, GMC changed that so that that's not a thing anymore.
Yeah.
Please. Morning After with Nick and Big J. There are your headlines. You're officially up to date on everything. It is the X Rocks.
Here's traffic.
The Offspring come out and play here on the Morning After with Nick and Big J. Big J, I beg of you, make my life better.
Yeah, well, I know you're not suffering from this because of how clean you are, and you like it nice and clean and tidy, Nick. Not everybody's that way, and we're about to that point where New Year's resolutions are now falling by the wayside. But one of them might have been, hey, I want to declutter my life a little bit, and this is a pretty good rule, and I've never seen this before, and it might help me actually, Nick. So if you are one of those people that are trying to declutter a little bit, get rid of some stuff, but you just find it hard to, there is a simple rule here. They call the 20/20 rule. Ever heard of it, Nick?
I have heard of the 20/20 rule.
So
yes.
That is the idea. If you can replace an item in 20 minutes for $20 or less, it's generally safe to let it go, man. Just get rid of that thing. Organizational expert Katie Hubbard says the 20/20 rule works best for those items you're hanging on to just in case. And I have a real bad habit, Nick, of collecting like electronic stuff. I mean, I've got a ton of cables, cords, stuff. It's just a collection, and it's like I move it from one space to another to keep it. So, and then I get real frustrated, and they'll just start throwing stuff out. Okay. And then literally the moment I do that, I'm like, God, I needed that auxiliary cord, and now I threw it away. What the bleep?
Yeah.
But I think this is a good rule to live by. $20 or 20 minutes or less.
Yeah, there's lots of things that are easily accessible. This, of course, does not count for things that have emotional attachment to or whatever. That's a different animal altogether. But if you have that box full of whatever that you're holding on to that you can just run down to a store or Amazon can deliver to you in 2 days, it's not exactly something that you probably need to hold on to for that just in case kind of stuff. But that's I feel like you institute that rule under serious situations. You know what I mean? Like if you have enough stuff where you have to start making rules for what you're keeping and you're losing, you probably have a ton of stuff. And that's a whole nother issue altogether that you probably need to deal with. But some people are perfectly fine with all that stuff. And that's cool too, I suppose. But yeah, I'm not somebody, I am fairly organized, I would say, at the house. There's a place for everything, and everything goes where it's supposed to go. But I also have stuff that fall in this category. But I would say it's because of, I just want it around, if that makes sense. Like my books, all of them easily replaceable. Not all of them I even enjoy. But I like holding on to the books that
hold on to the books you didn't like.
Oh yeah, absolutely, because I've read it. It's something that I have earned, and so it's something that I hold on to.
Then maybe
I do that too.
Create a calendar.
But I wanted to have a bookshelf area in my house. That was something that I wanted to do, and so I now will hold on to all the books that I read. It's just something that I wanted to do. So that's a cognizant effort that I'm making, I think, and it's a little bit different than you're wanting to declutter something.
Yeah,
but I understand.
I think this is a great rule, though, especially that you should use all the time, like your junk drawer. Like when you open that thing up, you're like, do I need this? I mean, that's the thing where that can get out of hand and out of control real fast. And everybody knows it. Everybody has one.
I've got two. And part of my problem with my junk drawer is that's all a very unorganized part of my life. But some of that bleep that's in there, I don't remember what it's for. But it's one of those things where I know there's several keys in there to I don't know what it is, but I know where I'll go to if I have something that's locked and I don't remember what key it is.
No,
and so there's a bunch of crap in there like that. And I wish I could be better at it. I've tried to organize that a couple of times, but it doesn't take long before that gets out of control again.
Yeah.
And that's the really bad part of my house. So if anybody wants to help me with junk drawer organization, I could use it. Morning After with Nick and Big J. We got ourselves some bad impressions. They're going to happen next on the X Rocks.
So far, I'm not impressed.
On the Morning After with Nick and Big J.
And bad impressions, we're going to hook you up with a pair of tickets to this weekend's event out at the Ford Idaho Center Arena, the PBR, baby. We talked to Aaron Williams, one of the riders last week. He's geeked to get going. Beginning of the year, really important for those points. You can see some great competition and a rock and roll show you won't soon forget. Tickets, by the way, still available for this event. We're going to get you set up with these for free. You just need to figure out the clues for bad impressions today. Super famous person, I think.
All right, 208-287-1003. If you want to get in on this PBR action and figure out Big J's bad impressions, you'll get 3 clues. That'll help you along the way if you can figure out who this famous person is in those 3 clues or less. Congratulations, you're going to the big show this weekend. Hello, the X.
Yeah,
How you doing, man? What's your name?
Dale.
All right, Dale, you're up first, man.
Before owning a bunch of restaurants and becoming a Food Network star, I graduated from UNLV with a degree in hospitality management.
Next one.
Before winning Next Food Network star and hosting diners, dives, and drive-ins, I had a barbecue competition team called Motley Q.
Guy Fieri.
There you go.
Nailed it. Good job, Dale. Hang on
Proper
one second.
pronunciation and everything.
We'll hook you up with those PBR tickets. What was clue 3 for fun?
I'm the mayor of Flavortown, and no one's ever replacing me.
And okay, why is Guy Fieri in the news?
This last week, a bunch of pictures. Maybe you've seen somebody you didn't recognize. A guy with brown hair, no goatee, no flashy bowling shirt, just a regular shirt and some slacks. And
No frosted tips.
Yeah, no. It looks like a total AI picture, Nick. But surprise, it's not a new look. He's clean shaven, by the way. Everything, he looks very nice. Not even close to what he looks like. But the Hollywood Reporter has confirmed the change is part of a Super Bowl ad for Bosch. So maybe it's not just a regular AI situation. We'll get to see the commercial during the Super Bowl. You want to come to our big game party at Top Golf to see it and see me get excited when it happens.
Although you are upset that it might not be authentic, right?
Well, at first when I saw it, I was like, this is a total AI picture. And I'm like, that's no fun. But since it's in a commercial, maybe we'll see what this... I still suspect that it's AI thing.
Yeah.
He actually suffered like he did something to an ankle or his Achilles, and he's been kind of laid up and been in a cast for a while.
Your worst fear.
Yeah, I know. It is my worst fear. You're right. Take that, roller coasters.
AI and Achilles injuries. Look out.
Yeah.
Big J's mortal enemies. Morning After with Nick and Big J. There's your bad impressions. We're going to wrap up the show here next on the X Rock. All right. It's the latest from Guns N' Roses. That is nothing here on the Morning After with Nick and Big J. It's going to wrap it up for us on this Tuesday. Thanks for hanging out with us. You guys selected a movie for Big J to watch tonight. It is called Let's Start a Cult. He will do so on Hulu and report back tomorrow and let us know his thoughts, controversial or otherwise, on the film. Also, we had a chance to give away some PBR tickets. That will continue, and tried to remind you that it's very important that you don't drive down the street in a burning car that's engulfed in flames. Not a smart play to pull off. And it didn't work out for the dude that was doing it either. But it does leave me with the floor, Big J.
Nick, the Stirling Distillery in Scotland is working with scientists to replace traditional glass bottles with sustainable aluminum containers for their 2027 whiskey release. See, aluminum lighter, easier to recycle, but the high alcohol content tends to react with the metal in a weird way. And so they're trying to figure that out so that it's safe to drink and that it makes sense to do so. But it's an interesting thing. You don't see a lot of liquor in aluminum bottles and that sort of thing.
I can't think of one. Can you?
No.
Yeah.
Not at all. So,
but maybe if it's more cost effective, it'll probably be a difference maker if they can figure out the formula.
That way they can keep the price the same and then make more money and then not hand down any of those costs to the consumer.
Hey, you nailed it, dude.
Yeah.
Good job.
We're trying to do the same thing here.
Oh, really? What metal are we trying to...
I don't know.
All right.
Just regular metal.
You let me... Heavy metal? Morning After with Nick and Big J. That is it for us. We will see you tomorrow. Jason Drew's up next. It's the X Rock.